Welcome, Sacred Soul. This is Maiden Mother Crone Tarot, where we hold sacred space for divine divergence. My name is Kayla, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to channel the Mother energy, and we're going to go over the topic of you're not lazy. You're sacred. So let's go ahead and get right into it today. We're going to pull a bunch of oracle cards first to figure out what the Mother has to say on this topic of you're not lazy. Okay, not that. Any guidance today, Mother, on the topic of you're not lazy, you're sacred? This one. Got the Trout and the Lily, Purification, with the Mouse and Buttercup, Innocence, on the bottom of the deck. Channeling the Mother spiritual archetype today. What guidance, please, Mother, for my collective on the topic of you're not lazy, you're sacred? Okay, we're taking 3 from this. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and do this, I think. All right. What guidance today, Mother, for my collective on you're not lazy, you're sacred. You're not lazy, you are sacred. Right. I got the Mouse spirit with the mouse here twice, okay? Dragonfly spirit and the Snake spirit. Ooh, okay. What guidance, Mother, for the topic of you're not lazy, you are sacred? Okay. We're going to go ahead and go over the cards. We have the Trout and Lily of the Valley with Purification. Lily of the Valley is actually my favorite flower. I think it is so beautiful. It smells phenomenal as well. We have the Mouse and Buttercup with Innocence. Acceptance. Let go. Wounded Heart. And Spring, Rebuilding, Awakening, and Rebirth. Spring came out recently in a different reading. If I can find it, I'll link it if you feel led to watch it. Then we have the Mouse Spirit with number 40. Tend to the small things. Tend to the small things. Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion, 22. Which breaks down also to a 4. And then Snake Spirit, Time to Heal, 55. 5s represent change. 55 breaks down to a 10, which breaks down to a 1. Harvest, Determination, Hard Work. Walking Staff, Support, Encouragement. Ooh. Okay, ladies, so this is automatically hopping out at me to bring up the reading that I did about clearing brain fog. And that kind of ties into when we're overwhelmed. If you feel led to watch the video, I'll link it here. But I think the energy is really similar, so if you want to check it out, feel free. I'm going to shuffle this deck off camera because the artwork on the back is not approved for YouTube. Mother, can you please give us guidance today for the topic of you are not lazy, you are sacred? This wanted to come. You are not lazy, you are sacred. And you know it's, oh, that's not the 3 of Swords, but this Wounded Heart reminded me of the 3 of Swords. You are not lazy, you are sacred. What messages, Mother, do you have for us today on the topic of you are not lazy, you are sacred? Oh, hello. You are not lazy, you are sacred. Look at that. 10 of Swords under Time to Heal and 10 of Pentacles under the Harvest. I would say that is some pretty great messages. And then this last card. Okay. Wow. We have the Five of Wands. The bottom of the deck. Five of Wands is normally about competition, but look at like the joy and the unity here. They are just having their ritual under the moon. All right, so we'll go through into your cards. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which is all about watering the seeds that you've planted, patiently waiting. Can also talk about evaluating, looking at what you're investing in and see if it's where you need to continue to keep investing. We have the Two of Swords. Decision must be made. The Ten of Swords. Look at this overwhelm. Reminds me of the Bible verse. I'll link it up here. Ten of Pentacles. This is all about generational wealth, an overflow of wealth, health, all of the physical things of this world. Eight of Swords. I'm immediately drawn to her toe touching the water here. Water's all about emotions. And the Three of Wands. It's all about expansion. That paired with this walking staff. When I came up with this topic, I was thinking about the expectations of society, the conditioning that we experience when it comes to what we're required to do as women, what we should do, our jobs, our gender roles, our requirement to be the nurturer as the mother. So right off the bat, I see this innocence. It came through when I was looking at the card. That sacredness. If you go back down to your core essence as a soul, you are innocence, you are love, you are purity. And so accepting that truth and letting go of everything else that you've been told, all of the lies that have led to a wounded heart, we're going to rebuild here, awaken to our soul's truth, to our true soul essence, that your output does not equal your worth. Your productivity does not equal your worth. When you tend to the small things, which is you, your walk every day, when you tend to yourself with self-love, when you check in with your energy, am I capable of doing this today? Do I feel like doing this? And when you ask these questions, do I feel like doing this today? Is it because you're tired? Is it literally an energy thing? You need to rest thing? Or is it just a mental thing? Because there's different ways, right? This isn't an excuse or a cop-out for you to not get things done in your life, not take responsibility, ownership of what you are required to do. We all have those responsibilities in life. But instead, this is asking you to come to your life with the lens of innocence and purification, with the lens of, is this something that I really want to do? Am I honoring my energy? I just saw a black butterfly just fly by my window. It's just kind of dancing around in the yard, around the kids' play toys. Truth transcends illusion. What is your inner truth about the responsibilities that you're facing right now that you feel like you can't do? It all comes down to task paralysis at the end of the day. You're so overwhelmed that you don't know where to start. It's not that you don't want to, or it could just be you don't have the energy. Doesn't mean that you're lazy if you don't have the energy. I keep talking about human design as well because it has just completely healed me in so many ways. I'm a manifester, and so throughout my entire life, I've always been able to start things, but a lot of things I've never finished. And I've carried a lot of guilt with that. When I was working with a therapist, I brought it up to her, and she kind of dismissed it. It was really heartbreaking, actually. Oh, I think lots of people start things that they don't finish. But when I found out my design and that I'm literally here to initiate change, to be a catalyst for change, and then I passed the baton off to someone else, completely blew my mind. If you have ADHD, you go into hyperfocus, right? That all has to do with our energy. So I'm learning to respect that when I have the hyperfocus, when I have the energy to do something, that means that it's the divine coming to me, channeling an idea, saying, this is the time to act now. And if you're a manifester and you have the urges, is what they call them, you know exactly what I mean. Like, you know you were supposed to do it, you're supposed to do it 2 days ago, not just today, 2 days ago. Like, it is that important. And that can cause a problem, too, whenever you're not using your strategy and informing others. We have to really communicate our needs, what our goals are. But all that to say that we need to tap into our own energy type. So I would highly recommend checking out your human design. And if you don't want to do that, then just pay attention to yourself. How are you feeling? Do you think you can constantly maintain this certain level of energy? Yes, I do believe there is value in consistency, in showing up and being dedicated. But at the same time, if that's not your energy type, what are you proving to anyone? That you're going to sacrifice yourself? That you're going to be a martyr? That's not what your soul wants. Tend to the small things. Truth transcends illusion. What illusions are you being told about what you should be accomplishing? And in what time you should be accomplishing it? This isn't a competition, guys. This is a journey. This is a self-exploration, a discovery of our own purpose. My story is completely different than your story. There may be some similarities. There's always going to be resonances between people. There's always a mirror held up. But that's not for comparison. That's for us to help go deeper within ourselves and our own healing. Snake spirit, time to heal. Acceptance of your soul's truth. Letting go of all of these illusions and healing this wounded heart. And once you do that, once you step into your energy, the abundance will come. The harvest and the hard work will all pay off. You will be walking with support. You'll have encouragement from others, from those around you, because you're lighting the way. You're showing them, I'm going to put myself first, because when I do that, then it raises everyone else. It's not putting you down, it's putting me first so I can also help you. By showing that when you pour into yourself, all that love emanates out. The Seven of Pentacles. Once you start tending to the small things, pouring into yourself day in and day out, choosing yourself, resting, honoring the cycles, the ebbs and flows of your energy, realizing that you are not like anyone else. You are you for a reason. You are you so that the divine can experience this fractal of consciousness. Realize that when you rest, you're recharging that energy, right? When you lay down the burdens you've been carrying, whether they're emotional or mental or anything else. Guys, the animals are jumping today. I have a lizard. I can't remember the name. If I remember, I'll put it in the text. That's literally on top of a toy right in front of me right now. When you rest, you finally get the comfort that you've been longing for, the security, the groundedness. When you can understand that this feeling trapped, this bondage that you've been experiencing is all because of the illusions, all because of the programming that you've gone through, and that you can step out of this, expand your consciousness. Look at these beautiful flowers here. Expand your consciousness and explore new heights as a soul. Once you tap into your sacredness, to your divineness, to your energy, to your flow, honor that instead of saying, well, I have to line up with this. And yes, I do understand. We all have challenges. We all have bills we have to pay. There is a practical aspect to this. But know that once you honor your sacredness within, you will release those lies that you're lazy, that you have to accomplish something else, and you will understand your purpose. It'll be crystal clear. Purify your energy, guys. Sending love and light to anyone that's open to receive it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Honor your sacredness, honor your energy, honor your flow, challenge all of those beliefs. You don't have to be like everyone else. You don't have to accomplish. You don't have to produce to be worthy. If it resonated, please let me know in the comment section. We'll see you in the next video, and remember, come as you are and stay as you become. Bye, ladies.